Hey everyone, Metastats here. You ever wonder how the European Union actually? 27 countries, all trying to get along, sharing a currency, trading, working together. It takes money to make the machinery of government work, even the mostly beautiful, idealistic, peace-bringing machinery of the European Union. So who contributes the most to the EU budget? It's a big question with a complicated answer. We're going on a journey through the surprisingly fascinating world of EU budget contributions. Get ready to have your mind blown, because we're diving into the top 9 contributors, and there might be some surprises along the way. Alright, let's kick things off with the big one, Germany. It probably won't surprise you to learn that Germany is a powerhouse when it comes to the EU budget. We're talking a whopping 25,572 million euros. Germany's economy is the largest in the EU, so it makes sense that they chip in the most. But it also means they have a big say in how that money gets spent. Are they the benevolent ruler everyone hopes for? Let's just say it's complicated. Coming in at number 2, it's France with a cool 12,380 million euros. That's almost half of Germany's contribution, but still more than anyone else is putting in. France has always been a driving force behind European integration, so it's no surprise they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. From agriculture to defense, France wants to see a strong and unified Europe, and they're willing to back it up with euros. Like Germany, their industries thrive in the single market, and they get a lot of agricultural subsidies. Now this is where things get interesting. The Netherlands, a country smaller than West Virginia, is the third largest contributor to the EU budget, with a respectable 6,929 million euros. The Netherlands has a really strong, export-oriented economy. They benefit hugely from the EU's single market, so they see it as an investment. It's about being a team player, and the Dutch seem to take that seriously. Italy, the land of pizza, pasta, and incredibly stylish shoes, is only the 4th largest contributor to the EU budget, with 3,337 million euros. Italy has had its share of economic challenges in recent years, but they're still a major European economy and benefit a lot from EU membership, especially in agriculture and tourism. Maybe it's just that they'd rather spend their money on delicious food and beautiful art than on EU bureaucracy. Coming in at number 5, it's Sweden, contributing a solid 2,826 million euros. Sweden is known for its robust social welfare system, and they're willing to put a significant chunk of change into the EU budget. They see it as an investment in things like environmental protection, human rights, and social welfare programs across the EU. Plus, being in the EU probably helps Sweden avoid awkward family dinners with their Scandinavian neighbors. Next up is Denmark, with a contribution of 1,766 million euros. Denmark has a really high standard of living, and they're big believers in free trade and international cooperation. So they see their contribution as an investment in a stable and prosperous Europe. Plus, it probably helps them justify the price of those tiny plastic bricks that somehow end up costing a fortune. Austria, a country known for its stunning mountains, classical music, and of course Arnold Schwarzenegger, contributes a respectable 1,540 million euros to the EU budget. That's more than some much larger countries. Austria is a small country with a big heart, and they're committed to European integration. They benefit from the EU's single market and freedom of movement, and they're willing to do their part to keep the European project going. Plus, they probably get a discount on Mozart souvenirs at the EU gift shop. Finland, the land of 1,000 lakes, heavy metal music, and a surprising amount of reindeer, comes in at number 8 with a contribution of 1,109 million euros. Finland is all about solidarity. They believe in a strong and united Europe, and they're willing to pay their fair share to make that happen. Plus, being part of the EU probably helps them deal with their, shall we say, interesting neighbor to the east. Last but not least, we have Ireland, contributing a respectable 703 million euros to the EU budget. Ireland has a fascinating history with the EU. They were once one of the poorest countries in Western Europe, but they experienced a period of rapid economic growth known as the Celtic Tiger. Now, Ireland is a major player in the global economy, and they're committed to the EU. They see it as a source of stability and opportunity, and they're willing to invest in its future. So, there you have it, the top 9 contributors to the EU budget. It's a complex issue, and there's a lot more to it than just who pays the most. The EU is a work in progress, but it's a project worth fighting for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the surprisingly interesting world of the EU budget, Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more fascinating explainers. And be sure to let me know in the comments who you think gets the best value for their euro.